Hello ladies and gentlemen, yes, Zeke here again today to bring you the first episode of Let's Play Peru. And I have to warn you ahead of time, this is already going to be very disappointing, and the buzzing in the background. I wouldn't blame you for leaving right now, but it is because no electric cables in Peru are grounded, so you tend to get an electrical buzz on all audio equipment. Something I did not think about before I came here, but I'm thinking about now, believe me. I am indeed. Stop exploding on me and stuff. Okay, lovely. So, another thing that you might notice is the quality of the video might be a bit down, but I'm hoping not so much. Actually, so far it's looking pretty good. So I'm not going to be too concerned about that. And as you can tell, I am going to start out, this is just kind of a test recording here, playing The Binding of Isaac. And I haven't actually played The Binding of Isaac for a decent amount of time. I guess I actually played it just a while ago on the plane and here as well, because I had nothing better to do while the internet was out. So that is a complete lie, and ignore what I was just saying to you. But starting on the cellar part 1 is a pretty good place to start. And as Eve, what am I going to need to progress? To put it as simply as possible, pretty much everything imaginable. I need damage, I need tears upgrades, I need to be on permanent spirit hearts so I can take advantage of Horror Babylon, which I don't usually take advantage of. Yeah, so I'm going to need ridiculously good play, to put it very bluntly. Fortunately, I didn't have to try to optimize D6 rolls, so I don't feel too bad about finding the boss room and item room right next to each other and last. And I do not think that I will be able to visit the secret room unless something really ridiculous happens, like if this is a teleporter and Book of Belial. Oh my god. Okay, that will be so helpful. This kind of at least temporarily takes care of one of my problems, which was the damage. So I will immediately pop Book of Belial here. And as you can see, now I am doing at least slightly higher than base damage on most of the characters. I think Book of Belial might be like a full 4 damage upgrades, like even past max damage. So it can really push you past the line if you're having a good run and you need a really good run, or if you're having a bad run and you need a decent run. So if you're ever in a desperate spot and you have the option between taking, let's say, something that will deal you damage, or help you deal damage once per room and clear out a room, or Book of Belial, always take Book of Belial. Often it's even better than things that will give you more health. So moving on down to the next floor, what would I like to see this floor? Probably a blood bank, so I can try to get into permanent Horror Babylon. But I will have the opportunity to fight the boss right away and to get the item room right away. I do not want to fight the boss, I do want to go to the item room. Now the reason I don't want to fight the boss, of course, is because I want my 3rd Book of Belial charge, and I did get Sister Maggie. So this run isn't going like my ideal way, but it's going pretty well. I'm not getting any items so far that are absolutely useless. Instead, I'm getting a lot of items that are useful, but I wouldn't think of asking for. And I will definitely go into here and check out that troll bomb. My troll bomb is amazing. Give it a lick and it tastes just like raisins. Now, I hate these guys. I tend to take a lot of damage from them because I just can't quite get the hang of how far they can hop. But fortunately, Deadbird is out here, and Deadbird is a part of being Eve that I actually always forget about. So whenever I do notice it, or whenever it's helpful, I'm always pretty happy about it. I think it does the exact same amount of damage as a 3rd level cube of meat, although I cannot say that with authority. Good to actually do a tiny bit less damage. And remember, Book of Belial, I'm saying that more for myself than for you guys, because I won't remember the Book of Belial. And what is really a piss off here is even with the Book of Belial, it takes me 2 hits to kill the double flies after they have been hit. 2 hits to kill the double flies after they've been hit. You know, that sounds like a song. I'm not sure what type of song, like a really bad pop song where those are like the only words that they ever say. You know the type of songs that have like the word baby in it and you can't identify any other line, and you're always suspicious that there is actually no other line than baby, and that's the whole song. Those types of pop songs. And only one more fly that is actually attack worthy. I get a tears plus HP plus damage, I think, up. a damage I think up, a special type of damage which actually damages the thoughts of your enemies. And here's that blood bank I was talking about, but now that I do not have a spirit heart, it could be a bit risky to play, although there is health all over the level, so if I don't take any damage here, I should be able to get some money sunk into this. Let's see. Already up to 9 cents. I do have a key, so I could head to the shop if I get to 15. And I'm fairly certain I will get to 15, yep. Already there. What a horrible night for a curse. Oh, how I wish I could stay in Horror Babylon fish. Horror Babylon form? Yeah. And be a fish, of course. And you can see why I said Horror Babylon-ish there. You know, fish-ish. Just trying to use the real expression. Mom's coin purse, definitely worth taking. I'd also want to grab that key, but it could be risky. So let's see. I'm gonna get back down to half a spirit heart, or half a heart, and then I'm going to go up here and see if I can actually get a hold of this heart here. Unfortunately not, I need a bomb to get to it, so I am at the mercy of whatever is in the boss room. But before I do that, I will actually go and grab this key. Grabbing the key is very important. And you know, I don't even know if I've balanced the audio correctly. If I had a bit more money or a bit more hearts, I could pick up that heart and gamble more and go back and forth a bit, but I'm pretty happy with what I have now. I've kind of been surprisingly lacking. I've been a lackey. Yeah, since I came to Peru, I've been working as a lackey for the Mafia, and that's why I haven't been putting videos up. Not because of all the technicals and or kid issues, but I've been surprisingly lacking in all resources, so I've kind of had to like cobble the run together just through what I have that works. And halfway through this room, I realized that this was an incredibly Book of Belial worthy room. I almost definitely would have taken damage if not died on that room without using it. On the other hand, a double leaper room, fairly easy, I think. Although I still seem to take a lot of damage from leapers, it seems to be one of those things that some people get over and some people never do. And I never quite got over leapers. Leapers tend to get over me a lot, which is mainly the problem, really. If you could stop and consider it for a second. Leapers getting over me can be quite distracting. Leapers over France, Leapers over London. Sounds like a book I could write. And the second I say I'm lacking in bombs, I start taking damage. That is not a good bit of causality. And now, there's this thing right here that I really want to avoid taking because I know I will take damage if I get it. So let's see if I can... 2 bombs for 3 bombs, definitely worth it, if I can do this properly. Oh, look at how cute that purse is, it definitely matches my hair. 2 bombs for 3 bombs. Also might as well shoot the fire, try to get some extra money. At this point I really am trying to stack every advantage possible. And I really don't like the positioning of that Eternal Heart, because I tend to take a lot of damage as Eve. Let's put it bluntly here. I am not a very good, technically speaking, I'm not a very good Binding of Isaac player. I know the mechanics and I know how to break the mechanics, but sometimes my dodging, not the best. And I do not want to have to pick up that heart before everything's cleared out. 99 keys, damn! Ask and ye shall receive, motherfucker. Hey, remember how in that last video I said I was going to mitigate my language? I only noticed that I wasn't doing that at all halfway through saying motherfucker. So, you know, shows you how responsible I am. I'm almost as responsible as Jar Jar. No. No. 99 cents already. Kind of useless to pick up a key, all things considered. Oh, double flies. Lucy in the sky with double flies. There we go. When you have as low of damage as I currently do, it's really hard to even take out like a couple double flies. They make the room last so much longer. And I haven't really received any straight damage upgrades, but fortunately Dead Bird should do some work for me here. like I said, I'm glad that I already... I'm glad that I didn't pick up that Eternal Heart, because I've already taken quite a bit of damage. But all I really need is 1 or 2 Spirit Hearts. It also took me a while to realize that this is an XL floor, so... could get a deal with the devil, but it does kind of dampen my long-term deal with the devil prospects. Crack the sky, I definitely do not want. Does not want indeed. Nothing really matters. Does not want indeed. Oh, shit. Okay. Wow. I am surprised I have not taken damage in this room. That was not at all a good play. Well, that was actually very good play, but that was not a good situation. I hate walking into this room because I tend to like hold forward slightly, and even if I don't hold forward slightly, oh god no. Get me out of the corner. So I'm fairly certain I would have died 1,000 deaths there if I had not used Book of Belial. Again, more vindication for me, having not picked up the Eternal Heart. Now the real trick is going to be fighting these 2 bosses and then... oh god, little Chad! Okay, fighting these 2 bosses and then going back to pick up the Eternal Heart. I'm gonna have to basically talk about this Eternal Heart constantly in order to remember that it exists at all. And I do have Dead Bird out now. I actually don't really regret being hit because I think Dead Bird is going to do me a lot more good than... or... it's going to save me a lot more than half a Spirit Heart to have Dead Bird out. Well, that doesn't make any sense, but ignore logic. I like having Dead Bird out in this situation. It will speed up the fight. And so will having Horror Babylon if I don't think that I have just screwed myself over entirely, which I clearly have. Okay. Little Chad is dead. These 2 are dead. I get Little Chad. He did not drop anything in terms of health. Oh god. Sister Maggie has turned into Blue Baby for no particular reason. I don't know what to do about this. Okay. So I'm fighting Champion Peep. This could be very bad. I could very easily find myself incredibly dead here. The creep is very, very annoying, and his first eye should be coming out fairly soon. But fortunately the shots seem rather slow, so I don't know exactly what the special condition of this Peep is supposed to be. He starts out with both his eyes in place. Maybe it's like super long-lasting creep, which is also what I clean my walls with at home, or clean this wall behind me with. Oh Jesus, I died. Well, you know, this was mainly a test episode to see how well it turned out. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.